Hi, this is Shiva Rajaya from vitalcoaching.com, and the topic for this video is you get more of what you focus on. This is a topic which is kind of controversial because different people have different opinions about that. And I'm talking especially about therapy, sharing, vocalizing, saying what you feel or not. And what I tend to do myself that seems to work really well is I focus a lot, I mean really a lot, on the positives. For instance, if I want to share some feedback with somebody, I'm going to start by sharing all the positives. And then once I finish sharing the positives, I realize that the negatives have become so small and insignificant. And so it is a state of mind. For instance, if you are optimistic, and you tend to see the good, eventually you attract more good, and eventually more good wakes up. If you are grateful, you increase the gratitude, you increase the thankfulness, more things to be thankful about come your way. I have the feeling that this is something which is in expansion. And of course, you know, when there is something that you are triggered by, something that bothers you, something you are angry about, maybe you can go also into the anger side or into the, the sadness side and express those emotions as well. But the question is, when you have the choice, when you are somewhere in between and you navigate between those two polarities of, good and bad or difficult and easy, what is it that you focus on? And in my opinion or in my experience, focusing a little bit more on the good actually seems to be working really well for me. And it's something that I encourage you to try to test. You have different streams concerning that. Like if you are more into the therapy mode, you have people who go into therapy for 5, 6, 10 years. They keep on sharing stuff from the past, the difficulties, the things that had to do with parents, families, traumatic experience, all that, and they keep on going and revisiting that aspects of their life. But what if you just leave that aspect alone and you start building another aspect which is really the big one, the bright one, the positive one? So that's simply an open question that I have for you. Share with me. Tell me exactly what you're doing and what works for you. Because what I observed is that you can stay in the therapy mode really when you keep on focusing on that a lot. You can stay in the sadness mode if you focus on sad things. When you, for instance, suppose that that you start a dialogue with somebody and say, I feel sad because of this, because of that, and then the sadness starts increasing, you start calling back those feelings and you go on, and then, I feel sad because of this, and actually I don't see much perspective in my life, and my relationship is not going too good, and I feel sad because I never fulfilled really the plan that I had for my life, and I feel sad because I don't have a vision, and I feel lonely. And every time you say I feel, I am, I experience, then you're saying this is what you are. You call back those neurological patterns, those neural pathways in your brain, and you reinforce that specific pathway, you practice it again, you reinforce it, you increase its power. I mean, that's the impression that I get. So if instead of saying that, you say, you know what, I had a difficult time in last week, but right now I'm feeling really great. I feel great because it's sunny outside, it's summertime, I have a fantastic lifestyle, I'm meeting nice people, I feel great in my body right now, I feel energetic. Last night I saw this incredible movie that really opened my eyes. I don't know really what I'm going to do with career-wise, but I have really good hope that I will get all the energy that I need to do that. So you see, those are two radical ways of speaking. One of them is really focusing on the negative, on the sadness, on the difficult, on the traumas, and another one is focusing on the good side. And it's up to you. Really try it, test it out. I know that out there you will have different schools of thoughts about that. And even in my circle of friends, professionals, there are lots of people who say, you need to practice, for instance, radical honesty, vocalize absolutely everything that is coming. And very often when you vocalize good stuff, I even have lots of people in my circle who say, you're lying to yourself, you're not being honest, why aren't you saying the truth? I say, I just feel good, you know. And then they might say, well, isn't there a place where you feel bad, where you feel angry? You say, well, yeah, there might be some place there in the background where I can grab that anger and start digging it out and start building on it and start expanding on it and start developing it. It's possible for me to do that as well, but it's not the emotion that is mainstream right now. And so the conclusion for all that is that I really have the feeling that you are the architect of your emotions, of your mindset. You can choose, you have different cards that you can play. And the fact that there is an emotion there passing by or a feeling passing by doesn't mean that you have to grab that feeling and grab it and say, it's mine, I own it. No, you know, for me the way I look at it is that feelings, thoughts, emotions are waves passing on the surface of your mind. Deep, deep inside, there is another reality which is limitless and formless. And this is where we really, it's our source, our Shakti power, which is not manifested yet in a very specific form. So anything, any emotion is just like a shirt that you put on, and you can decide what kind of shirt you want to put on. And you might say, well, you know, because of my past or because of past experiences, this is who I am. I say, no, you're not defined by your past. You're not defined by past experiences. You're not even defined by your emotions. There is something deeper inside of you. Even if you're feeling something right now, it's just an emotion. It's just an emotion passing by. And whether you are experiencing good or bad emotions, it's still emotions. And in my experience or in my opinion, there is something which is deeper. That's your true, universal, profound identity. This is where we come from. The personality that you develop is just a vehicle that you develop for the time being. And you can design that vehicle according exactly to what you want. Yes, you might have had some traumatic experience in the past. Does that mean that right now you have to build on those traumatic experiences, or can you tap into another source of energy which is going to overpower these traumatic experiences and create a personality according to what you want? And you might say, well, isn't that cheating a little bit? Isn't that lying to yourself or not being authentic? I say, what do you mean? What is authenticity? Who are you? Are you the sum of your past experiences, or are you something way deeper than that? And do you want to release negative emotions or negative feelings and simply let them go and focus on building a power and energy? Or do you want to go back to the cave side, the place where you suffer, the place where it's painful, the place where you feel traumatized, and keep on digging into that area? You know, it's just a different set of mind. You can step out of the cave right now and decide right now, that's it, I'm going to be tremendously happy, energized, thankful, and grateful for the rest of my life. You can make that decision right now. Nothing and nobody stopping you. Do you need strength and power to do that? Yes. I'm trying to give you a little hint here. Okay. And that's it. That's the message for today. You get more of what you focus on. That's the idea. And that's the core idea of the law of attraction as well, if you are aware of it. You get more of what you focus on, and you are the designer of your life, the designer of your mind. Your life will be exactly what you want it to be. It's designed by you. Remember that. Take care. Bye-bye.